it again. Birdies Not BS. Danny Smith here with the lovely, the legendary Miss Maggie Noel. What's up, Maggie?
Hey, Dougie. Thanks for having me
Man,
back.
it's been a while since I've seen you, girl. How you been? What you got going on?
Listen, life is good. I'm still kicking. Business is doing great. Still can hit the golf ball, so I think all is well. How about you?
You still buzzing people's ass out there. That's what you said
For
on
sure.
the sneak tip. She was like, don't let the impressive faces fool you. You got the whole, I know you got the microblading business, but I know you can still go out there and get it. I feel like I saw you playing on the gram like last week, man. How do you do that? Like, cause I know you don't play as much as you're used to, right? Like,
Listen,
how do you kind of?
Nearly none, but it's kind of sort of when you've been playing this long, kind of like riding a bike. When you get back out there, you still got it. I still got it, and I mean my swing and ball contact was A1. So
let me. Where do you get that bike from? That's what I need to know. Like, where did you purchase that bike? Because if it's like riding a bike,
natural.
I need to be on that one.
It's all natural.
I need some help then, because I've been trying to play lately, and it has been the struggle bus. You got a bike, I got the bus. That's all I gotta say. Because
I have no pressure going on over here, so when you got all that pressure on you, it's a little different.
Right. I think it's self-inflicted though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Plexico Burris' gunshot wound. Like, my shit's self-inflicted. Like, because it's like, do you have an issue with going to play golf now? Let me ask you this question. Like, I feel like sometimes when I go play golf, I try to be lighter on myself, right? Like, I hit a bad shot, okay, great. But do you find like the old you still like mentally there, and it's like you want to get really angry, but it's like, I ain't hit a ball in 6 weeks. Like, what am I mad for?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes when I hit a bad shot, it's like, dang it. But then I'll be like, oh, but bro, like, you haven't hit a golf ball in like forever. But you know what you're doing wrong. So with me, what I kind of do is if I hit an errant shot, I usually know what I'm doing wrong. So I'll usually, go and try to work on whatever I know that I mean, because I've been playing for forever, so.
Maggie, you're only 22, so I don't know how long forever is.
You right. We forever young, Doug.
Hey, forever young. That's what it is. Maggie, look, there's no better person in the world to have this conversation with, and I'm glad you're back in here, Birdies Not BS, Maggie Noel, co-homie edition, because I want to talk about how to use golf to grow your network, right? Like, because we've all been in scenarios where it's like, hey, anybody play golf? And it's like, then you're invited to do some dope stuff. Like, we've all been in those scenarios, and it's not something that's really intentional. I don't think people play golf. I mean, some people do, and they suck. Like the people that intentionally come into golf to like grow their network. But if you're genuine, I think the better you are at the game, the bigger your network, because people want to play with you. That's a fair statement.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty true. But I mean, take it to the bare minimal as far as actually being a golfer. When I used to teach golf, I used to have ladies clinics, okay? Mm-hmm. And when I was having these ladies clinics, what I was telling them was, hey, don't even worry about being a professional. Don't even worry about playing that great. This is just to kind of get you in a situation or in an atmosphere or a paradigm where if you were invited to a golf tournament, which a lot of these corporate businesses and corporate companies have and host, if you are invited, I want you to say, yeah, I can go, because you're familiar with the golf arena. And so when you're there, whether you know how to play or not, you know what a birdie is, you know what a par is. So you can hold these conversations with these corporate big guys or corporate whoever to conduct any type of business or, and a lot of times corporate guys, they're really impressed, especially when a female or anybody just has some type of inkling idea or can hold a conversation about golf, because I'm just going to say it, 10 out of 10 of these people in the corporate world own a set of golf clubs or have a membership somewhere. So, I say use it as a tool, 10 out of 10, use it as a tool to leverage literally your network, because who knows what, relationships you can build from just knowing something about golf,
I think it's interesting, like, when you talk about golf networks, I think when I look back at it, like, where we sit right now, like, when I look at even how I know you, you are a product of golf networking, right? Like, you and I met, like, 2000, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Bill Dickey there at
good times, wasn't it?
You know what I'm saying? That's we go way back.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna tell nobody else, though.
Bill Dickey it was fun.
But the thing is, I feel like a lot of those relationships that we established then, And the thing about golf is it's all of it. It's, you know, talking with the pros, the sponsors of events, the people that are actually playing in the event staff, because you never really know who you're going to bump into. So networking kind of covers the gamut, because you can start as young as it goes, because you never know who people are going to grow up to be. So my thing is with networking, like being a decent player and being aware. I think you hit something on the head, Maggie. Being aware of the game, and what, like, even aware to like where to stand if you're at a tour event as a spectator, or if you do get called into a scramble, like knowing how to be the best putter. Like those things are paramount as we look to grow our network. And I hate to say grow network, Maggie, and because it sounds intentional. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It is. Yeah.
I know, but like I feel like when I look at my network and my golf, you know, background, it's just more being cordial and keeping in contact. You know what I'm saying? Keeping in contact with people that you do meet, you know, in golf or around the game or somewhere else. It's just, you know, if you stay in contact with these people, they rock with you. Like, that's really the gist of it. You know what I mean? Like,
I say golf definitely brings people together, because, you know, and we know this just from playing as long as we've been playing, but it builds character, you know, builds a lot of character. So, you know, when you're looking to grow your network, let's say you're playing with somebody and they just like how you conducted yourself on the golf course, okay? And now they want to do business with you, or just get to know you as a person, or just have somebody that you can call on or talk to, you know, what, it doesn't even have to be about business, but whatever it's about, somebody, because of your mannerisms and because of how you conducted yourself and how you know, not even necessarily played, shows a lot about a person. And so I think, you know, that's something that a lot of people don't really realize. You can learn a lot about a person, how they react to a bad shot, if they're honest on the scorecard, you know, things like that.
How they deal with adversity.
How they deal with adversity, how they carry a bad, you know, to the next hole. If they had a bad hole, do they carry it, you know, with them to the next hole?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that stuff has to do with building your network and who you are as a person, to be honest.
It's like network selection, right? You get to kind of select. You know, it's funny. I'm glad you brought that up, because there's something that everybody needs to hear, because everybody's heard the old cliche, the old adage, all business is done on the golf course. No, it's not. No, it's not. All business is not done on the golf course. But I tell you what is done. No, I'm saying, but no, this is my point. You also learn who you cannot do business with on the golf course.
Sure.
So people be like, oh, let's go play golf. Be careful if you take that invite, because you might be judged, and you might get yourself, you know, in a situation where you thought you was going to get a deal or do a deal, and you got bounced off because you was an asshole of an individual for throwing clubs and dropping profanities, etc., because some of these cats bring you to the course so they can kind of see the cut of your jib. Like, you know, like Maggie just mentioned, like, I mean, you said it best. They out there looking at how you deal with these adversities. How do you deal with a bogey? How do you deal with hitting the ball out of bounds in the water, or hitting a squirrel in a tree? Like, how are you reacting? And it's a question, it's a conscious act. Like, can I actually do business with this individual? Can I trust this person?
At the end of the day, yes, because the fault is still going to fall on you. You know, why are you acting this way? That's actually good for the person who is inviting you. They're inviting you specifically to see how you carry yourself on a golf course. And if you go out there and you act the ass, then that's going to tell them this may not be somebody that I want to do business with. It may give you the short end of the stick, but at the end of the day, that was the whole intention of even inviting you in the first place. So I think golf builds character. So if you are that person that, you know, breaks clubs and all that, stay your butt out on the golf course a little bit longer, because you need to learn how to control that.
We might need to go call Maggie. She's in Houston and get a lesson situated. Maggie, that's only the first part of the question that I want to talk about in this episode, because, you know, it's talking about how to get your golf network, how to leverage your golf network, but we've got to now do business or establish businesses. Maggie, you've been someone that you've had 30 jobs or businesses that you started, I feel like, since I've known you. And I ain't trying to put you on blast, but I do expect to see you somewhere sitting next to Jay-Z and Beyonce. How has golf served you, Maggie, as you've taken the relationships from the course and into business?
Man, I would say I was really blessed and really lucky with how I was able to transition from, you know, what people knew me as initially as she plays golf on all social media platforms, And the reason why was because, I look different. I've got tattoos, I had piercings, I had short, funky hair, but I was a really good golfer. And so I think a lot of people appeal to that. And not only that, but I was a damn good instructor. I carried myself well on the golf course. I was great, okay? I'm just going to pat myself on the back, okay?
Do that. You did. You got trophies. You got trophies to prove it. Like, you got trophies. Like, there's no other better proof.
Right, exactly. So I had a pretty big following at the time when I was teaching and when I was playing. So when I was able to transition, I already had that network with me. So really, whatever it was that I was doing or whatever new business I was opening or starting, I had an audience. So for me, it kind of worked in my favor, because again, people already knew me for one thing. Even though I didn't do it anymore, people still want to come and support whatever it was that I was doing. So whether it was taxes, it was teaching golf, it was, doing eyebrows or tattooing somebody's hairline. And it was funny is I still get clients to this day that will be like, oh, I used to follow you on your golf page. And so I knew who you were from way back then, girl. So it really not even surprising me to this day, but it really makes me happy that, wow, like people knew me from way back when and still support me to this day with what I'm doing. So it's definitely worked in my favor.
I feel like golf actually has like a baked in like board of advisors for everybody that plays this game, right? Like if you play golf and you're at the course and you're consistent, you're going to be around people that have, some of these ABC C-suite titles, some of these letters, CEO, COO, CMO, a lot of these people go to golf. It's their respite away from the office. And, and being that individual that can just be cool. Like, how much, just being cool, Maggie. Like, and I'm not being cool, like, trying to put on a front. I'm just saying, like, literally chill. Like, just neutral. Like, how you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? Like, just being yourself, with the way golf already has a network kind of around it, you could really ascend. I mean, look, I'm here as a product of the game of golf. Look, we do the podcast here, do a couple other things, and got a job. Like, all that comes from golf. All that has come from like, how I've treated people, or I feel like I've treated people. I feel like I haven't pissed too many people off. Too many people.
Yeah, too many
There's
people.
There's two or three people that I've actually had to tell them where to go. Let's just be honest. I'm not afraid to do it.
Right.
But I feel like putting yourself in a position over and over and over and over. And you know what? Now, as I'm saying this, something just hit me. One of my good friends, Kevin Scretchen. I got paired with this guy one day in a course in Jersey. I was playing public golf. We just got paired together. And we've been the best of friends. And the guy does like the insurances for my cars now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I trust this dude because I seen him for 18 holes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like after 18 holes, it was like, you know what? Here's some money, man. Do something.
You know somebody after 18 holes for sure. And I've got relationships that I've met on the golf course way back when, even just like old sponsors who have become family friends that I can literally go to them for anything. They were sponsoring me when I was, in high school and in college and when I was playing a little bit professionally. But to this day, I'm invited to Christmas dinner and they're like family and I go and travel with them and, get to, just hang out and kick it because they know me, they play with me, they see my mannerisms, they see how I conduct myself, and they know that I'm a great person. And so when people see that you're a great person, they'll always want to be in your network and always want to be in your corner.
Maggie, how do you stay in contact? Like, are you intentional, or do you just drive down the road like and just be like, I haven't talked to so and so in a while, let me hit them up? How do you keep your network bearing fruit, if you will? That sounds so like negative, but I mean that in a positive way.
I know. I'm not really on social media as much as I used to anymore. I am on Facebook. I'm not gonna lie.
You just proved how old you are.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm old now. I'm on Facebook.
Listen, I tell this to a lot of my students that we teach and we train. I say, you're gonna get to a point where you want to disappear. Okay? Like you don't even want to be out there like that no more. Like you want to be undiscoverable. So I promote our business the most on social media, but Facebook, okay, it's real old school ish, but a lot of like my people that I grew up playing that are a little bit older. We communicate on Facebook mostly. I'm not a very big phone call person. I will be honest. I'm an introvert. Okay, I am naturally an introvert. Like
all right, that makes sense.
I'm kind of one of those socially awkward people. Like I hate phone calls. Like I'm one of those like, is this textable? Like, hey, you call me? Can you text me? so
this is
I
killing
will
you
text.
right now. This is killing
No,
you.
this is great. This is fine. But like phone calls, I just feel like you're invading my privacy and my me time. But you know, I'm a texter, Facebooker. You know, Instagrammer for business. So yeah.
See, I'm a call first. See, that's why we
Yeah,
don't get. This is why I don't hear
man.
from you.
I know.
This is why I don't. This is why it's hard for me to keep in contact
And
with you,
I'll
Maggie.
see my phone and it'll say missed call from Doug, and I'll be like, all right, let me text him real quick. Wait, hey, Doug.
I called
what's
you
up?
twice today before we got on this call, and it went straight to voicemail. You must be
It
screening my
did.
calls specifically. I see how it is.
D&D.
I see how it is. But no, like, and I think that's crucial too for any business medium too. Like everybody doesn't communicate this like the same way. Like some
Right.
people, like I got friends that have my number that will hit me in my DMs. It's like, dude, you have my number. Text
For
me a call.
sure.
Like why are you DMing me on Instagram? Like
Yeah.
why are you
Like,
commenting
you have
on
my
a post
direct
for me
number.
to hit you up? Like you
Right.
can literally call me today. But as we're talking about networking and transitioning your network into business, all these things are mediums, or these mediums you have to actually like understand how people
Yeah.
receive their information the best. Because I just call me. I'm a call me first. Don't text me and all this other stuff. Call me, because I'm call, text, email. If you really don't want to hear from me, send me an email. That's
Right.
like rule number. Like,
And
you're
see,
not gonna-
I'm text, email, call me. Like I
Oh,
literally
see, no,
hate
that's-
talking on the phone.
We the opposite. So we gonna have to text Maggie, because we'll never have a conversation. So Maggie, look, the one thing I just need to understand is,
Yeah.
did you ever feel uncomfortable? You know, you've started multiple businesses, you've needed money to start businesses. Like, have you ever felt uncomfortable going into your golf network or any network and like asking for you know, either seed money or a capital investment, et cetera, et cetera?
No. I did not.
No, because you know it's it's your golf people, and it's like we're
It's your
cool,
golf
but
people.
I also need to start this business.
It's your goal. Well, to start my businesses, I didn't ever borrow any money from anybody. But
Ooh.
growing up, I had, you know, sponsors, or I won't even call them sponsors because they're like family. They're literally like family to me. But they literally like took care of me and my golf needs in high school. So this isn't even professionally yet.
Okay.
This is not even collegiately yet. But people that really took care of me since I was in high school, meaning they helped me get my first car, you know, helped me get a good set of golf clubs, had me, gave me access to their country clubs to practice, and to their golf instructors, you know, one of the best, Paul Mershon. That was my golf instructor, all at the expense
Damn,
of
that explains everything.
my sponsors when I was younger. So whenever I needed anything for them, whether I was hosting a fundraiser or just needed money for just something or just anything, I always felt comfortable with going to them and asking them, you know. So, but as far as like businesses go, to this day, if I needed something, I can almost guarantee you if I were to reach out to them, they would be there for me.
Oh, see, we got to find some more of those people in everybody's life. We
I've
need
been
some of
blessed.
those. We need some of those. No, but that goes to show you, like, the power of the game.
For
That goes to show
sure.
you the power of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And they
'cause if
didn't
you were
look like me. They didn't look like my
If you
family.
were super
you know, so they
mediocre,
were- yeah,
but
exactly.
if you were super mediocre with no home training, I doubt you might have that opportunity.
right.
Like, but
Right.
you know, you come from a good household, so it's like,
Yeah.
I get it, I understand it, man. So, no, I love that, Maggie, and I think you know, in this episode, I hope people are hearing some ways to keep in contact and leverage their networks and leverage the conversation with the network as it relates to business. Because I'll be honest with you, to this day, I've never interviewed for a job. I've never actually applied to a job. Never like.
Isn't that a
applied.
blessing?
And it's a blessing. Don't get me wrong, but it's also a result of, you know, taking the time to get to know people and asking for help. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like to ask for, hey, do you know somebody that can put me in contact with such and such, or hey, I got this idea that I want to do this when I grow up. You know anybody that can help put me in contact with whomever? Like, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
cliche. The cliche is true. It's not what you know, but who you know. And you find a lot of quality people in the sport, in golf.
yeah. You know, golf. And I'll say this before we transition into the next segment, because you know they about to slide into the DMs. But look, my mom literally dropped me at the golf course when I was a kid. Like, she dropped me off and threw me the deuces. She gave me $10 on a Saturday. She'd leave me at the golf course and leave. Like, I'm like 11, 12 years old. But you know what, my mom, like, this is a true story. But what my mom understood, Maggie, was that there were a lot of wonderful people from all walks of life, even in Kentucky at the time. And she knew I was in a place, and the world's different now. Okay, it's a completely different world. So I'm not, parents, not telling you to drop your kids off at the course and throw them the deuces. But what I am saying is,
actually, they might need to these days.
Look, if you are going to drop your kids somewhere and throw them the deuces, the golf course is probably the best place to do so.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Maggie, we got to get to it.
All right, let's do it.
They gonna slide in DMs. Let's see who it is right now. You know, we open up our DMs, Birdies Not BS, on Instagram and Twitter. We go out and we say, hey, yo, hit us up. What kind of questions do you have? What do you want to hear? Like, we send those up. So this week, we got a question coming right in here. All right, sliding in the DM segment right here, Birdies Not BS. I got Maggie in here. You already seen and heard from her today. But look, David M., we're going to give it to D.A. Mill, or DeMill23 on IG. Says, hey, I work in the corporate world. My VP is a big golfer. I heard he's legit. Me, I enjoy the sport, but my game ain't the best. I can easily shoot in the hundreds, maybe squeeze a 95. Should I hold off playing with him until my game is better, or do I just go as is? That is a fantastic question, David. I'm going to let Maggie take the first swing at it, and I'm going to see if I can't do something with it. Maggie, should David play with his boss?
I think so. Why not? You know, get out there, have some fun, learn the guy. You know, it's not at this point really about the golf game. It's about, you know, character. It's about, you know, how you carry yourself, just being out there, not necessarily how you play. You know, I think that's the least important part about, you know, actually being out there with him. So I would say go out there, have fun, enjoy it. If you can drink beer, have a beer, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the nature, and just have fun. One beer.
You know, the thing is like, are you being invited to play golf, David? That's what I'm trying to understand. You don't really tell me here. I feel like Steve Harvey in a Strawberry Letter right now. Like, I don't know. All right, I'm sorry. But no, like, I don't think you should hold off. I'm with Maggie there. But I think there's some things that you need to do to be to get ready to go play with this cat. All right.
Dress well.
Don't hold off. Go play. Get your swag together. Go out there and buy you something that matches. You know, listen to the
golf
fashion
clothes.
segment. Get in the previous episodes. The Go Fashion segment, get to read to get you right. But here's what I will say. If this is something that is on your mind, what I would do is I would go find my local PGA professional. I'd get a golf lesson, set up a little 2-pack or a 3-pack, and give yourself 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to where you're going to actually try to, you know what I'm saying, improve your game. Because look, if you're thinking about playing with this guy, odds are you already want to be better. You said you shoot 100 and a 95. So I know you're keeping score and you want to be better. That's cool, and I admire you for it. But number one, when you do go play golf with this individual, yeah, he's a VP and he can do wonders for your career, but don't go out there with a chip on your shoulder. Go out there and be who you are, but quickly. Maggie, quickly.
Nothing sucks more than a slow golfer, so I agree. Pick up
if
the
you
ball.
suck,
pick
it up. Like, just
Bogey
be like,
is
you
your
know
friend.
what?
Bogey is your friend.
Look, let me tell you something. If you really want to impress somebody and you're a 20 handicapper, when understanding, hey man, I'm gonna just meet you on the next tee, or y'all want something from this. Look, I hit over here by the Bev cart. Hey, I got this round on me. Y'all finish the hole. I'm gonna meet you on the tee. Like little situations where you can look dope in the same way. So look, don't be slow, David. Please.
There you go.
Don't be slow. Go play with the homie, but use the time that you got to go ahead and get yourself right. You know, call your local PGA professional or your homie that plays, or get you an Instagram lesson from one of these 10,000 people that says they can teach. Matter of fact, you can shoot Maggie a DM. You know what I'm saying? See if she'll look at your golf swing.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So, David, we appreciate you sliding in the DMs right here. Birdies Not BS. But, Maggie, that's all the time that we got for this week. Girl, it goes so fast when I'm talking to you, Maggie. Damn it. You know what I'm saying?
So much fun.
Like, I appreciate you stepping in here, being the co-homie. The second episode. So, I'm super excited, Maggie. So, thank you so much. Everybody, y'all know what to do. Birdies Not BS, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Birdies Not BS. Wherever you download this, share it. You know, your people need to see Maggie and me. We trying to help you get your golf game right. gave you network advice. Maggie, how do people get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me and my company, MPressive Faces, on Instagram and Facebook at MPressive Faces without the I in the front.
No. Yeah, it's just impressive.
Impressive.
I like how you kept it like hood
Maggie.
bougie. Like it's like bougie. It's kind of bougie. Because it's like, but it's kind of ratchet too.
Right.
Like it's really, it's super Houston. Like I feel like that's
It's
super Houston, Texas. It's
but
like,
guess what? We international, baby.
But the thing is, you always got to say that, don't you? It's like it's impressive faces without the eye.
Without the eye,
Like,
because people will put the
and then you
eye
guys-
all day and never find us.
I love it. Well, Maggie, guess what? Your eyebrows look fantastic, girl. Keep
Thank
doing
you.
your damn thing.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I appreciate you right here. Birdies Not BS, Dougie Fresh, Maggie Noel. We up out of here. We'll holler at y'all.